Introduction: How to avoid bad decisions, mistakes, restrictions, or prohibitions. Thanks to Nudge, you will be able to make the right choice more often in order to feel better in your daily life. In this book, you will learn: why don't we always make the best decision? What are the two ways of thinking of the human mind? Why are some decisions wrong? How can nudges prevent you from making bad decisions? When to implement a nudge in your life? How can you achieve your goals with Nudge? Our answers to these questions are easy to understand, simple to implement, and quick to execute. Ready to avoid bad decisions? Let's go. Why don't we always make the best decision? It's easy to have a clear idea of what to do or not to do to achieve a goal. Yet the behavior doesn't always follow. And that's a problem when that behavior leads to serious long-term consequences. For example, you know it's important to save for a potential future problem and you don't. And when the unexpected happens, you find yourself in a difficult situation and cursing your past financial decisions. The reason for our poor choices is that we have too much or too little information to predict the consequences of our actions. Some choices have simple consequences. For example, choose a flavor at an ice cream store. You see what flavors are offered and, from experience, you quickly choose the flavor you like best. Others have complex consequences, even if you have all the information. For example, you want to take out a loan. But there are several forms of credit with different parameters such as fixed rate, variable rate, hidden costs, etc. In this case, it is difficult to sort out, compare services objectively, and make the right decision. What are the two ways of thinking of the human mind? The human mind has two systems of thinking. The automatic system, our instinct. It is based on our subjective experiences and spontaneous emotions. For example, if a baby smiles at us, we make an unconscious decision to smile back. The rational system, our power to think. For example, to find the answer to the multiplication 23x 328 in our head, we make a conscious decision to find an answer. And that takes time, effort, and a risk of being wrong. In order to minimize its energy consumption, our brain is not able to think about every action we take, and that is why our automatic system dominates our actions. And most of the time, this system works well. Why are some decisions bad? Some decisions are bad because they lack willpower. The temptation is too strong and thinking is paralyzed. For example, offer a person who is in the process of quitting smoking a cigarette. Even if they know they want to quit, they will probably end up taking a cigarette. And some companies use this weakness to make us consume more without considering the positive or negative consequences on us. For example, to make promotions on quantities higher than what we had planned to consume on a product. The temptation is too strong, you seize the opportunity to spend more in spite of a too high consumption. How can nudges prevent you from making bad decisions? Nudges allow us to unconsciously push ourselves in the right direction. For example, in a cafeteria, placing fruit in a visible place and junk food in a less visible place unconsciously encourages us to prefer the first choice. Beware, nudge can also be used to make you act in the wrong way. Since people are prone to laziness, it is interesting to use the default as the healthy automatic decision available to them. For example, as a manager, enroll your employees in a default retirement plan while indicating that if they don't want to, they can ask to be removed. When to implement a nudge in your life? Use nudges in two situations where it's difficult to make the right decision. When the gain is immediate and the negative consequences come late. For example, eating a second piece of cake when we want to lose weight. When we have too many choices and lack experience. For example, choosing insurance is a once or twice in a lifetime decision. How to reach your goals with Nudge. To achieve your goals, you need to use nudges that prevent you from making bad decisions. For example, sign a contract committing you to donate a certain amount of money to the political party you hate the most if you don't reach a clear and measurable goal. Before you begin your challenge, give this amount to a friend who will pay you back or make the donation. Don't forget to measure your progress to see if you are staying on track. Conclusion: to avoid bad decisions, implement nudges in your life. If you like the summary, click on one of our partner links to discover Nudge, Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness by Richard H. Thaler, Cassar Sunstein, in ebook, book, or audiobook format. And if you're not interested in reading further, we recommend you discover Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Hard by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. Introduction: How to change your behavior. Changing your behavior is as difficult as guiding an elephant in one direction. But with the right approach, you will be able to change easily. In this book, you will learn how to interpret the presentation analogy, how to get the rider to go in the right direction, how to motivate your inner elephant, how to create a path that is easy to follow. Our answers to these questions are easy to understand, simple to implement, and quick to execute. Ready to change your behavior? Let's go.